That's gonna be a challenge. Let's check it out. So if you remember, campers, I'm back in the man cave, in case you didn't notice. A couple of days ago, I got a mail call from Bob, Connecticut Bob. Send me some more stuff. Going through it, we found these two things in it. Remember these? This is a nice little, he said it reminded him of me, because why? Fly fishing. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it's a nice lighter and it works and whatnot. I mean, we got flame and whatnot, it just needs a little cleanup. And then I found this in the same thing. And it says here, merino crank. And it's actually, I was thinking of removing it, but I can't because it's actually etched in. But the cool thing is, it's a Zippo. So I thought, can we put these two together and make them a combo in a sheath on your belt? It's not going to be easy. I kind of sort of had an idea. I'm thinking of putting them in like that, so you can grab the knife or the zipper and put a flap over it so they don't fall out. We'll give them a polish. I got me some leather and some ideas. Let's have at it. Okay, so like I said, what I'm thinking is we put it like that on a back with a flap and add this to the top. Okay, I have an idea. We need the flap to go all the way. Okay, so we'll start at the bottom here. We'll put this guy here. We're going to need stitching. And how much room? Well, we need that much. So if I do that, put a piece over here, let's cut it up. I think I have an idea. We'll make some rough measurements, cut it up, and kind of look at it. I need room to work. So I'm going to be wasting leather here, I suspect. Start with a good edge. That's the back and the flap. All right. Let that dry. The boss has popped in for a drink. I dipped my leather in there and I think she likes that taste. Kind of weird. Let's see if this is dried. Yeah, we got a problem. Well, the only solution is to do this again and make it deeper. It'll have to be that depth. I'll keep this because I have another project. We need it that deep. We wait for it to dry again. Okay, let's look at this thing now. This better work. Oh, lordy. That looks better, right? Maybe? It might just work. So there you go, campers. That was quite a project. You know, I kind of liked it. Lots in it. Had to figure it out. Was a challenge. Figuring out the order to do it in. You know, it was a fun project. And, you know, there's a note here from Bob, who sent it to me in a mail call. And it says here, also enclosed is a Zippo lighter with your picture on it. And I saw it at a sale, so I had to get it for you. Thank you, Bob. Bob from Connecticut. He's sent 3 mail calls lately. He's been a busy guy, and I do appreciate it. So, anywho, it was a great project. It was a challenge. You know, is it perfect? No, I made some mistakes, and I need to be a little bit more careful on things. Here it is here. You can see it there. And of course, I got 2 of these the other day. I kind of liked them. Different, a little bit bigger. I had some other ones that were really big, and I thought they were too big. I think this is a good size. And then of course your standard one's a little bit smaller. But I thought this would be good for this. You have access to the cutter and the good old Zippo. Apparently I'm fly fishing, according to Bob. So you can see how I did it. I just stacked it. It was the only way I could think of doing it. And oh, I suppose we should see if it fits on the sheath on your belt, right? I need a new belt. No, I don't. Oh. My EDC knife, Victorinox, and here it is here. It's actually, to me it seemed really big. Maybe not. I mean, it does stick out, but I like the idea. I like this idea. You know, you have access to a cutter. And of course, Zippo forever. So there you go. So like I said, fun project, something different, never tried that. I've made Zippo sheaths before, and of course it was more like a slip on top, underneath the zipper, and you can see it there. Now, my problem, and I really have to do this, I need coffee. When measuring and marking and punching, I need to take my time a little bit more. I tend to get on a roll, and I'm going along, and before you know it, I kind of didn't pay attention, and it's not as good as it should be. And you know what I'm talking about here is, if you look at the back here, look at that. It kind of is off. This side's okay, but then I go off here. If you look carefully, this is not exactly straight up. Does it make a difference? No, but I know it's there. And you know, there's just little things like that. I'd like to be able, I got to work on this, this piece here. It's too rounded, if you know what I mean. I would like to have it be more square, and I think the only way you can do that is, you saw I put the wood here and here and pushed it in with my fingers, but then maybe making something that goes on top that squares off exactly the same and clamping it down like that. I think you'll get a cleaner finish. Have to look at that. I'd like to, you know, I think I've thought about that before, but if I'm going to do that, I would like one that's adjustable, if you know what I'm saying. to fit different sizes. Because the Zippos, you have, this is a standard Zippo, but then you have the slim, which is a little bit thinner. Same with knives when you're making the cases. I got to think about that. That would, it'll be difficult. Like this, the only thing I forgot to do was on this snap, you see the screw is in there. What I need to do, it's held in with a screw. It's eventually going to come loose. So is get some Loctite. The blue is a good one. You just put a spot on the threads, tighten it down, and it'll hold it really nice. It makes it a little bit hard to come undone, but you can get it undone. It's not a, you know, it just takes a lot to get it undone. So that'll work, and that's the blue Loctite, the little things in blue cap. So there you go. Fun project. I really enjoyed this. It was a challenge because I had a lot of things to think about, and of course, you know, the Zippo knife, nice little lock back. I thought about getting rid of this, but there's, you know, it's actually inside. Even if you get the paint off and everything, it would still have something there. I could probably clean that paint up, and it's a lock back, which is very cool, stainless, and of course Zippo Bradford. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Nice little blade. You know, if you're for example, if you're a cigar smoker, you can cut your cigar and light your cigar. I don't know. I carry a lighter all the time. I carry a Bic in my pocket all the time. I'm always burning something. So there's that. But you know, this is pretty cool. You got a knife and a lighter. You're halfway through a full EDC. All you really need is a small little flashlight, maybe. Might be getting big then, but that's all you're going to have on your belt. You won't have a separate one like I do. And of course this Zippo. Oops. You can see it there. Here's the info on it. Very cool. And of course it's a fly fishing one, which is even better. And I filled it up with some gas. Wind resistant. That's Zippo. And then of course that sound. Everybody knows that sound, right? Life without that sound is no Zippo life at all. So there you go. Very cool. Fun project. And you all be safe out there. When you're doing leather stuff, you know, I like to have my knife sharp. So I'm constantly stropping it to keep an edge on it, because you've got to cut the leather. You know, I went 3 layers here. 1, 2, 3. And to cut through those layers, you know, takes a lot. You've got to put a lot of pressure on there, and you're forcing it. You don't want it to suddenly slip. You've got to be careful. And that reminds me, the other thing I want to do is maybe patterns. Now, I was sent in a mail call a couple of different patterns. Can't figure out how to do it. And the other thing is this leather is really good for a knife sheath. Okay, it's fairly thick. I want to see if there's a size a little bit thinner than this, because I think when you're doing stuff like this and slips, a thinner leather, a little bit more flexible, would be better. You know, I've just been buying this because I'm doing knives all the time, and I do a knife sheath, like the barrel and that sort of thing. But I think I'm going to look at seeing if I can get a thinner leather. It'll be safer as well, you're not struggling like that. Just saying. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. You guys know all that. You're all subscribed. Always appreciate you guys. Watch all my videos, comment. Love that. And by the way, I'll be doing some posts. The membership program is sorted out now. I think I'm where I want to be. Basically, change the pricing. The perks you get are the same for less. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, there you go. Put out a couple of member-only videos. They're a little bit more personal, They also will be designed to be what you vote on. You know, I'll do member posts with a vote, you know, what do you want to see, this or this, and then do a video on it, or talk about something, or show you my collections, or get a little bit further into what I leather with and how I leather and how I do things like that. The general videos I do are that. They are how-to videos, and they don't they give you the basics on follow this. Doesn't really, you know, I need to, if I showed all that and talked about everything, the videos would be, you know, 3 hours long. So I was thinking, you know, in the members ones I can get a little bit more personal and talk about tips and tricks and things like that. Also a lot more personal videos that I don't really want the public to have to see. Nothing wrong with it, but I think it's a nice touch for members. And of course, I got me some hats, tees, and mugs coming together for me. That'll be available soon. And if you're a member, you get a discount. So there's that. Anywho, enough about that. If you want to know more about it, join button below. Just click on that, and you can decide. It makes no difference whether you're a subscriber or a member. Doesn't change anything for you right now. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. We'll see you again soon.